Okay guys, so today's my data upload and this is my story time about my first fight. This is going to sound ridiculous. My first fight was October 13th, 2017 at my brother's high school football game. So, at the football game, At the football game, my brother's ex-girlfriend showed up, mind you. Personally, I didn't like her when they got together in the first place, so that kind of set me off. I had hooked my brother up with my friend, we're going to call her Michaela. I had hooked him up with Michaela, and we're going to call my brother Michael. So, Michael and Michaela were dating for, I would want to say, a couple weeks maybe, because I hooked them up at the previous game before homecoming at his high school, because I go to all their high school games. So I had hooked them up at one of their games, and they were dating since then. So, when homecoming arrived, I didn't like her already because I knew she cheated on my brother Michael. We're going to call his ex-girlfriend Melissa. Melissa had cheated on my brother about maybe 4 times, 5. I'm not completely sure, but I know it happened. She had already came to my house and she stole most of my sweaters and stuff like that from my brother and everything else. And she was driving my brother insane. And you know, I didn't like her. My mom didn't like her. Nobody really liked her. Except for my brother, Michael. So what had happened was she came to the game trying to start a bunch of crap with my brother, me, my other brother, his new girlfriend, my other brother's girlfriend. It was all good. She showed up and she was talking a lot of crap and saying this and that, and she was walking by giving dirty looks. It was childish at first, but I mean, she texted my brother and told him she was going to show up to start. So, at the time, I was already pissed off that she told my brother she was coming to the game. So, when she started talking, she kept walking by us. She kept saying stuff under her breath. So she walked out of the gate. There's like a gate next to the football field. There's a track, there's another gate, and then there's an opening in between with grass, and then there's another gate that you exit. She exited that gate with her friend, and she was walking up, and as she was walking up while we were inside the gate, she was talking more crap. So me and my best friend and my friend, Michaela, my best friend, we're going to call her Trisha. Trisha, me, and Melissa were running out of the gate to chase them, and her friend, Melissa and her friend, were walking really fast, still talking. So we got into a little alcove, because there's the school, and then there's a little alcove, and then there's the parking lot. And she still continued to talk. So Michaela went up to her and she started pressing her about like coming to the game and messing with my brother Michael. So we all ran up there and Michaela was pressing Melissa and my best friend Trisha was pressing Melissa, and me, I was just standing back from it. I was like, you know, I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna do nothing until she puts her hands on me. Well, and they started walking back the other way. I think it was to get out of the school grounds or something. They started walking the other way. There was another girl with us. It was my brother's girlfriend, Melissa's best friend. We're going to call her Courtney. Just a name. She was walking, and Michaela's friend, the girl that we were fighting, Michaela's friend, kept walking. She didn't say nothing, but she stopped to tie her shoe. My friend Courtney ran up and punched her in the mouth, and I was like, nah, she has nothing to do with this, Courtney. Let's just leave her out of this, and I want that one up there, pointing to Melissa. So, as we were walking, she was talking on the phone with, I think, her sister and a bunch of other people, and they were talking. I don't know what they were saying because I couldn't really hear them because of all the cars, because we were on a busy street. There's a lot of cars. And as we're walking, she's walking zigzag the street so I couldn't get to her because me and Michaela were walking side to side of each other. She was right here, and then I had Courtney right here, and then I had my best friend was back at the school with her boyfriend, which is my other brother. We will call him Malachi. We were walking, and she zigzags the street, and she says something crazy, and she runs in front of this big white truck. She says something crazy, and I'm like, I'm just going to let her get hit by a car. And I'm like, no, let me process that real quick. I've run across the street when the car is like this close to me, mind you. I run in front of it, and I'm running, and I'm chasing her, and she's standing there on the phone. She's not even looking at me. Her friend is behind her looking at me, and she's not looking at me. She's walking forward on the phone talking. So I get in her face, and I'm like, you still continue to talk massive shit. And I punched her in the face. And she went like this, and she stumbled, and I hit her right here, so her nose went like this. She pushes me back, and I'm like this, and I push back, and I catch myself. She looks at me, and I go bing, 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 and I keep hitting her. I hit her like 4 or 5 different times. She trips me over, and I trip, and I'm on the ground, one knee on the ground, one knee up, and her head is on my knee, and I have her hair, and I'm just like banging her head, like I'm punching her in the back of her head. She gets up, because I can't lift her because she's heavy, and I only weigh like 118, and she weighed like 160 maybe. I can't get her off of me. My brother, her ex-boyfriend, Michael, my brother lifts her up and sets her down in front of me. And he backs up. So I take her hair like this, and I'm punching her up like this, just punching her. After that, she was on the phone with her sister. So we're walking back to the school, and her sister pulls up, and she's like, why does my sister's face look like that? Da 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 da. Whoever hit my sister's, their face is going to look like that next. And I'm like, okay, you're 21 years old. You're not going to put your hands on me. So she's walking really fast, and she comes at me to swing a punch, and my brother steps in front of me. She called the cops. So she's over here talking to the cops, saying whatever she wants. Da, da, da. She called the cops in the car, I believe, when she picked up her sister down the road. And the cops get there. And the cops are asking me a bunch of crap. And they're like, well, you know you could be put on probation for breaking her nose, right? Like, I didn't know I broke her nose. That's what I'm saying in my head. Like, that was my first fight. Like, I broke her nose. And they're like, she can press charges on you because it was assault and da-da-da, this and that. And I'm like, she came to this school. We told the security guards she was going to start with us the minute she got to the school. That is exactly what she did. So they didn't listen to us. But my mom gets there, and my brother's girlfriend was on the phone with my mom while Michaela's 21-year-old sister is trying to put her hands on me. No, Melissa's 21-year-old sister is trying to put her hands on me. So she's on the phone with her, and my mom pulls up to the school real fast, and she's driving fast. My stepdad's in the car, everybody's in the car. We're going to call my mom Debbie. Destiny. So what had happened was my mom hopped out the car and she went charging at her older sister. Melissa's older sister. She went charging at her, running at her. She runs and she's like ready to hit, she's like ready to fight her older sister, and she's screaming this and that to the cops, telling them that she don't care, she's gonna go to jail, da 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 da. She's like, and her older sister was like, she just threatened me, are you guys gonna do something? I was like, unfortunately we can't, because it's only a threat. It's not a gun threat, a knife threat, it's not anything to do with bombing, terrorists, nothing. So my mom's ready to punch her in the face. Just punch her. And she's running, and the cop was like, ma'am, just be quiet for a minute. You're starting more than what needs to be started. Da, da, da. Mom's like, just let me have 5 minutes with the bitch. Like, just let me have 5 minutes. And it's just a bunch of shit. The point is, my first fight, I successfully took a W. You know this, a W. I got this. It's because I punched her in the face a couple times. And I didn't get put on probation, so that's the good part about it. But the downfall is she hasn't learned and she still keeps starting with me, threatening me with knives now. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I'll keep you guys updated on this first fight. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have anything to ask me or anything to input or something, write it down in the comments. I'll leave. Let's try to get this video to 50 likes and subscribe.